Yo guys, Matt from Epsilon Mining coming back at you with another YouTube mining video. Far and in few in between these days, it seems. I've been busy with a lot of other things, so I just haven't really had the time to get back to making these videos. But I'll kind of tell you what I've been doing, guys, and I'll kind of go over my plan. But first, I want to focus on a couple news events, specifically around Dogecoin. So the Elon Musk deal finally went through, and Elon Musk now essentially owns Twitter. And I think this is really funny because he went in and he actually fired a bunch of the CEO. He fired the CEO, fired a bunch of the people on the board of directors, and actually fired one of the lead lawyers on their corporate team that was probably leading the legal challenge against him for not buying Twitter originally, which is so funny and ironic. I think this guy is pretty awesome. But as you know, this has been in the news quite a bit, and there's been a lot of speculation around it. So I get my coffee. So as a result of this, the price of Dogecoin has literally over doubled in the past week or so. Let's take a real quick look at Dogecoin and take a look at what the coin's actually been doing to see kind of like how the reaction was here. So we're at 14 cents per Dogecoin. And just last week, it was trading around, like, what is it, 14 cents? So let's look at last week. It was trading around 6 cents. And I bought about over $1,000 of Dogecoin. So I easily turned my $1,000 into over $2,000 now. But I'm not going to sell yet. Even though I could make $1,000, I'd rather hold on for the long run. Because if it drops down again, I think near the end of this week, because there's going to be some more employment data updates, I guess, from the feds or whatever and whatnot. So I think there might be some bad news coming with regard to the economy, and there might be some panic selling occurring. But even with all the shorting that's occurring in the Dogecoin market itself, we do see that the coin value has actually gone up quite a bit. It's really interesting to see how this has gone up ridiculously high in the last week or so, and it's all because Elon Musk purchased purchased Twitter, and we all know how much Elon Musk loves Dogecoin. There's a lot of speculation around whether or not Elon Musk plans to integrate Dogecoin into Twitter itself. And I heard about things for such as, I guess, like tipping content creators, purchasing premium memberships and things like that. And then he could also carry that into, obviously, his Tesla business as well. So there's a lot of speculation going right now, and I guess the whole world's kind of waiting on the edge right now. Is Elon Musk going to do something? And say, hey, yeah, we're gonna integrate Dogecoin, because if we hear an announcement like that 14 cents will, I think, easily leap to 20 cents and above, right? Combined with this week with this bad, probably the poor employment data or recession information coming from the government this week, I guess, this could drop again. And if it drops again, you bet your ass I'll be buying more Dogecoin. So if you take a look right now, the mini Doge Pro miner on my electrical rate right now, which is around 12 cents Canadian dollars per kilowatt hour, is making 41 cents per day, and I got 4 of these, 45 cents Canadian per day, and I got 4 of these guys running right now. So they've jumped from basically making 1 cent per day or 2 or 3 cents per day. I remember at one point they were actually losing around a few cents per day, to now making 45 cents per day. And there's been a lot of price predictions whether or not Dogecoin plans to go up to, there's a chance that Dogecoin could go up to $1 at some point, right? And I think that's really, really interesting. So I've been mining Dogecoin like crazy. I've been buying Dogecoin, and I've also continued buying other cryptos in my personal portfolio through the exchanges as well. As for mining itself, I basically I have my my Jazz miners kind of running 24/7, just because they're still efficient and still profitable. And if we take a look here at Jazz Miner on the profitability and asicminervalue.com, we're not doing like great. Like if you take a look here, yeah, so we're making $1.13 per day on 12 cents. So I got 5 of these guys, so we're making like $6 a day. $200 a month. It's kind of remained relatively stable. I mean, the Ethereum Classic hash rate has kind of been. Let's take a look at it right now. I haven't looked at it in a few days, actually, to be honest with you. Let's see here. So the hash rate has been kind of up and down, but it's hovering between the the 130 to 150 terahash range. If you look at the I guess the month here, looks like with the beginning of this month, last month we were around 150, 148. Now we're still at 100. So it's kind of like it hasn't really changed much. Like we've actually hit the giant spike here during the merge, and then now we've dropped down, and then we've stabilized around between 130 to 150 terahash per second. So I'm hoping that'll drop down more over time, but I don't know if it will. We will see profitability increase on this only if there is a price appreciation on the coin itself. So take a look at Ethereum Classic here. We're at 24.37, down 1.2% in the past 24 hours. Look at the past week here. We are down quite a bit, even from just a few days ago. We were down. Let's look at the last month or so. Dogecoin, Ethereum Classic is actually up. We're actually up a level. This could be a new level of support here around the $24 mark. Whereas last week we did see some lows. Earlier this month around the $20 mark. But if you look even further back here, we're looking at the September, roughly where the merge occurred, we were at 27, and we were down actually now to 24. So yeah, that's kind of my plan for Ethereum Classic. I just have those jazz miners running. They're kind of creating a lot of heat in the basement. The heat's kind of rising to the rest of the house. I don't even need to recirculate. Like I don't need to run fans down there. Like inline fans to suck the air into the HVAC system, because the heat, it produces enough heat that it kind of rises through the rest of the house. So I just open doors and things like that, and it's fine. In fact, a lot of times if it gets a little too hot, I just open up a window or two, and then it'll help cool it off a bit just to moderate the heat. That, and I got the Cadena miners running as well. So in terms of the mini KD Box Pro, so I got these KD Box Pros, which are also ASICs obviously, and they're making around 83 cents per day on Cadena. So I'm mining Cadena 24/7. So basically, what I'm doing, guys, I'm mining Cadena 24/7 with 2 Cadena miners. I'm mining Dogecoin 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with 4 of the mini Doge Pros, and I got 5 Jazz miners running Ethereum Classic 24/7 as well, and they're all profitable basically right now. But with regard to Cadena, we're making around 83 cents per day with Cadena. The Cadena coin itself, we're up 3.48% in the last 24 hours. And if you look at the last month forecast here, we did have some dips down around the $1.20 mark, and we did spike around the $1.37 mark. But it looks like we're hovering around the $1.30 mark area. Okay, so let's get into the what am I mining with the GPUs. So I did switch over a few of the GPUs into Flux. So I have 63080s, 63090s, and a 20 series rig, but I'm usually only running those off peak hours. So I'm running them between 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. or I'm running them on the weekend, because I get 6 cents per kilowatt hour, roughly 6 cents US per kilowatt hour during those times. So I don't run them during the rest of the time, because they're basically very bad when it comes to profitability any other time. And we'll just real quick check on that. If we look at the brief view profitability, we're not doing good on any GPU right now. GPUs are really crap right now. I do have an A2000 rig, and I believe that it's on Ergo right now. But if I put so 6 cents on Ergo, what are we looking at? The A2000s are still one of the most efficient ones. What is Ergo? Okay, Ergo is 15 cents per day, which is crappy for 8 of these GPUs. The GPUs just aren't doing good at all right now, guys. That's why I have all these ASICs right now, and I have no plans to buy more ASICs right now. I mean, I already spent enough money on these ASICs. They need to help. They need to keep running to recuperate their costs long term as well. Now I know I could make some smart and possibly, quote unquote, smart investments now and buy ASICs when they're cheap, and hope and pray that they go up later on. But I already put enough money into this equipment that I don't want to dump money into the equipment. So if anything, I'm buying the coin, and then if I need the money, I can always take the money out for whatever reason. If I buy the equipment, I'm stuck with the equipment, then I got to worry about selling it in the future, things like that. But right now, if we take a look here with Ergo, 8 of these ASICs running for 6 cents kilowatt hours is basically 15 cents a day. You divide that by basically half and making 7 cents a day. So it's kind of like almost like on behalf of my business going and buying this coin directly, the Ergo coin directly. And I also kind of like to think of it as, if I did run this, around 10 cent kilowatt hour, which is my full electrical rate, if I ran it 24/7, I'd be losing for these A2000s around 47 cents per day. 47 cents per day doesn't seem that bad. It's like 15, 20 bucks per month. A good way of thinking about it, kind of, guys, if I mean, it does take effort. It does, like, the mistake here, don't be kidding yourselves here. It does take effort to actually go and buy the coin, because you got to transfer money into the exchange. You need to go on the exchange and you need to go purchase the coin. Usually it's a manual effort. So you can think of this $15 as like you're paying a broker, right? It's a broker fee for your miners, right? So I know this is hopium, and not really hopium, but it's kind of like copium, I guess it would be called. We're coping with how bad things are. So think of the 47 cents per day loss in power as a broker fee. You know, like, to get the coin, you need to pay someone to buy the coin for you, right? And so it's basically you're losing the money, but you're basically just, for the convenience of having it running and heating your house. Yeah, so you are actually making some money back from the cost, or saving some money that you would be spending on heating. So it might not be quite that much. So it might actually equate to actually breaking even completely. But for what I'd like to think of it as, it's kind of like a convenience fee. I'm paying a broker to buy their coin for me, and these things are running. I'm not gonna do anything. So it kind of works pretty well. I guess I can look real quickly. If I look at the 3090s and 3080s, like, they're really bad right now. Like, there's not very much efficiency on this. I know what to mine is not 100% accurate, but it's the best I got right now. This is the last second video. Most of these coins, even at 6 cents, looks like this is Gemlink. I'm not sure what the Gemlink is, but if we take a look here at some of the other coins here, say Flux, for example, because I like Flux and I believe in kind of Flux long term. I think it's really cool. The distributed computing is really interesting. Decentralized compute, decentralized web hosting, decentralized web applications, decentralization in general, I think, is really neat. And I think it has a lot of good ways to go up. I'm losing $1 a day on that if I run all 12 of these GPUs. So once again, what is that? $30 a month. Think of it as a broker fee. You're running it. You're paying a broker $30 a month to buy the coin for you on your behalf. So even though you're losing money, you don't got to go through the pain and the hassle of transferring money to your exchange, buying the coin, probably losing a little bit of the money on the exchange fees. Think of it as a broker fee. So if you want to, if you have electrical rates that are kind of on the borderline, like kind of I do, think of it as a broker fee if you're just losing a little bit and you're saving that money. Because a lot of us would just take that money and spend it on foolish things anyways, you know, video games or things that we might not need, or junk food, right? So think of it as kind of like a way of just disciplining yourself and saving. And you're paying a broker, no different than if you had a financial advisor and they take a small fee. I mean, that's a good way of kind of looking at it if you want some perspective. Another coin, so Flux, Ergo, I'm running those two, and also take a look here. I'm also looking at Meowcoin right now. So I'm actually mining some Meowcoin on 8 of the what is it, 6600s XTs, I think it is. They're not overly crazy efficient, but the yields are quite good, which means I get about 1,000 Meowcoin every day or two or whatever, and I want to accumulate 100,000 Meowcoin. Why? Pure speculation. Long term, I'm at around 8,500 obviously right there, but I want to run this and get 100,000 Meowcoin, just in case the coin pumps, because once again, this is speculative mining. We're all kind of like somewhat gambling a little bit here, but we're taking a shot, and we could make it big, or we could lose a little, right? Because it doesn't cost that much to accumulate 100,000 Meowcoin right now. Kind of like the early days of Bitcoin. It didn't cost that much to mine a few Bitcoin, and if it went to shit, it's not a big deal. You would have lost a little bit of money in Hydro. Same thing here with the Meowcoin. I had a lot of potential to go up, I think, but we don't know. And we had some weird spikes here and there and things like that. But I mean, it started out here 0.0009. Now now we're in a 0.000000004. But this could go up, and I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like a short-term goal of mine. Just let's get 100,000 Meowcoin, something to work towards and feel better about things. And I think it might be good for you guys as well. Just even if you lose a little money on electricity, set a number, 50,000, 10,000, whatever Meowcoin you want, get it and just hold it. I'm also doing Neoxo. Neoxo takes a little bit longer to accumulate. We're looking at about every 2 days, about 500 Neoxo. But as you know, with the proof of game stuff with Neoxo, with the integrations into possible integrations into the Grand Theft Auto, virtual gaming world, perhaps VR and virtual simulations and realities, I think so. That'd be really cool. Because a lot of kids would jump on board with this. So I'm thinking I have kids, and I I have friends that had kids, and they're a little bit older now, but when they're younger, they played games like Roblox, and they love to buy, things like swords and, virtual gear, virtual armor and powers and upgrades and all that stuff. You guys play games, you know what it's like. So with the Neoxo, I think it's a really cool concept, because if these kids play the games and maybe they perform certain things in the game, finish levels or finish challenges and things like that, they might be rewarded in Neoxo, right? And Neoxo in the blockchain, and then they might get a wallet that's attached to their gaming account, which is cool. So everyone create a gaming account on whatever it be, Steam or something, or whatever, BattleNet or whatever it is. It's attached to a wallet, or they put a wallet in there, and then they play in the game, and it puts the coin into the wallet as you're playing the game. And I think if kids catch on to this, they love the idea of collecting shit, man. Kids love the idea of collecting Pokemon cards, Pokemon Go. Remember Pokemon Go was a craze. Kids collected Pogs back in my day, marbles back in like the 50s. Kids like collecting shit and doing stuff and feeling like they love feeling like they're doing something and they're earning something. They're collecting something, right? So I think Neoxo, if this could get marketed to kids, and kids really get into wanting to, do Neoxo for, I don't know, even if it gets into Minecraft at some point in time or whatever, it could be huge, because you got millions and millions. You guys underestimate the number of kids watching like YouTube channels that have made YouTube channels blow up. Millions of kids. Never mind adults, like people my age or your age in their 20s, adults. Think of these little kids that are just fucking around on their tablets, on their phones, playing games. It's a huge potential there. So I think Neoxo is going to be a big one. So I want to accumulate around 10 to 25,000 Neoxo, and then I'm just going to hold it. And then once I got the Neoxo and once I got the Meowcoin, these are my two speculative long-term holdings. I'm going to switch back to something like I feel like it's a little more, we're a little better, I think, for utility, which I think would be like Flux and things like that. So anyways, guys, that's kind of my plan. I'll kind of keep it short there. I don't want to talk too much longer. Let me know what you guys are doing. Let me know if you guys want me to continue making more videos. If you felt this video was helpful at all. I feel like if I make a video every day, every 2 days, I just don't have the content. I don't know what to say. There's not a lot going on with crypto mining right now. We all know it's in the shitter right now. So there's not a lot to really talk about, and the excitement isn't there, right? They're like, oh my god, I'm making 500. I mean, at one point when crypto was good before the merge, I was making around $500. Like if you would have transformed, if you would have converted the amount in Bitcoin or Ethereum that I was mining into like US dollars, $500 every like 4 days, and then I had that was actually just half of my farm, and the other half would be staggered. It'd be like a staggered, so it'd be like almost every 2-3 days be $400-$500, and then another 2-3 days $400, $500 Canadian, mind you. And that would just be crazy. It was like $3,000-$4,000 a month. And I was accumulating but there's a lot of power. It's really hot here in the summer, which is ironic because we need the heat now, and everything's kind of crap. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, so now there's just like really nothing. I'm not really making a lot of money, or I'm not making anything. I'm basically just investing. I'm kind of copying myself into thinking, the lost energy fees, the small lost energy fees, are like brokering fees. You're paying a crypto broker to kind of buy them crypto for you. As long as it's not too much, I'm okay with like $50 a month. I mean, that's reasonable. $100 a month to pay someone to buy crypto for you. I mean, it's a reasonable thing. Once it starts getting like $400 or $500, if your losses are way too big, then I say just don't do that. The only reason I'm mining still, and I'm doing the off-peak hour thing, and I have these smart plugs, and I have the schedule and the smart plugs, and so I switched some of the rigs over to 110, and it'll switch off the rigs between 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at night, and then I'll turn them on the weekend. It'll do all that for me automatically, so I don't got to worry about it. So that's why I switched to 110. The other ones I got to manually turn on or off. But anyways, guys, I mean, just do everything based. None of this is financial advice. Do what you want. I told you what I'm doing. I'm doing a combination of investing, speculative mining, long-term mining and holding. I don't plan to sell anything right now. I make enough money through my job. I mean, things have been tight, but they've been tight before because I wasn't selling the crypto anyways. But the good news is my hydro rate will actually go down. Not hydro rate. My hydro bill will actually go down. Like I was like $1,700 last month, or the last big bill, and I suspect that to drop at least to under 1,000 until it staggers down to it's like $500 or less or something. And I have an electric car and kids, and I use the house too and everything. So, but anyways, guys. I think I've blabbed on about random nonsense a little bit too long here. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you really do smash that like button. I really do appreciate every single one of you. I know I haven't been here creating videos, but I love each and every one of you guys. A brotherly crypto mining love. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and click on that notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.